rosé, fires lit with NA. Joseph Guthrie. That's the best I got, boys. That's the best intros I can do.
That'll do.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm actually kind of proud of that one. I'm kind of proud of that.
I was wondering where you were going to go with that because I was like, I hope he doesn't. I don't have anything.
Yeah. Welcome to Chat It Up Sports. Also, probably going to be competing in rap battles soon. I have become better at rhyming since having a daughter. I'll be honest, fellas. Everything turns into a jingle, but now with me, it's more of like a rap or a good like a 90s rap version. Like it's crowd work, different things like that. She gets into it. Everything rhymes with Gracie Lee, so Dad just comes up with it. We do a lot of like announcing, like it's at 37 or 27 inches tall, 13 pounds out of Signal Mountain, Tennessee, and she loves it. She gets into it. She loves when Dad gets the voice going. So, along with getting better at my bops, I'm also becoming a better broadcaster. So that's Chat It Up Sports. Like, subscribe.
Growth all around, right?
That's our sales pitch.
That's it.
That's it right there.
Yeah. If your kid needs a new bop that also sounds a little tough, like you don't sound too kiddish, I got you, man. Just call your boy. What's the thing that people used to send like messages, like celebrities?
Starts with C.
Cameo?
Yeah.
Cameo.
Me and GT just need to start like a dad cameo.
Cameo.
We're going to teach you this little skill.
Daddy-o.
Wow. Wow.
I don't know what we're going to get out of that. That might be different clientele, big dog. Might be a different clientele.
You'd have mixed reviews depending on
Mickey, speaking of Daddy-o, is that a boutonniere you have on?
That's
nice, dude.
Yeah, thank you.
That's straight from work.
Oh no, when I tell y'all boys, it was work, event here. I left the event because I was like, I got a podcast. I'm like, y'all matter.
Thanks,
but
man.
like, do you?
Do you really?
This is what's gonna get us out the hood, man. As I sip on this Merlot.
How is it?
The best $3.99 that Aldi can provide.
That's what I'm talking about, baby.
Dude, we love Aldi, man.
How was Wooden City?
It was great, man. I was there with some teammates from Leadership Chattanooga. We were just talking, debriefing about our last session. It was good, man. Love Wooden City. I did not eat. I was like, my food's gonna take forever, and I did not want to run the risk of being late.
Thursday night, weather's too good in chat. Everybody gets out of there.
It was a judgment decision, and I'll do it 10 times again.
We appreciate you, dog.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
that's a veteran level call right there.
Yeah, it really is. 29-year-old Miggy would have done that.
No way.
29-year-old Miggy's ordering the salmon toast, and
come on, man.
It hits.
Spicy rigatoni, man.
Oh, spicy rigatoni.
That spicy rigatoni was called my name. I said,
that's be so good. Speaking of rigatoni, we're going to Primo on Saturday night before my race and for my beautiful wife Hannah's birthday. So happy early birthday to her on March 1st. But it's going to take everything in me not to get the rigatoni because I think that would be the stupidest thing to run with in your stomach for 13.1 miles.
You're going before.
Yeah, we're going. Yeah, we're carb. This is the carb up meal.
Carbo load.
Yeah.
I mean,
from the office.
Yeah.
If you don't get the goat cheese, you should be straight.
Yeah.
And you got to eat like half of it. Eat half. Like have some self-control just to eat half and be like, yo, I'm going to crush this pasta. And get like 2 of them. So eat half and then get like your 1.5 after. So you got some on the belly.
Oh, yeah. That'd be delicious that night, like later on that afternoon after the race on Sunday.
Yeah.
Dang. That's a really good idea. I might stash and dash. Like just a little something.
That's what I would do. It was like, yo, I got this taste on my lips. I'm ready. Let's go ahead and because bro, it's Primo. You're gonna eat. You're not just gonna sit there and just be like, love you, honey. It's
no.
You. you're gonna eat something. So it's just like eat 2-3 bites, and then just you know.
Yeah. We took last time we had some friends over at the house. And his friend made homemade sourdough.
Ooh.
And we stole from Primo, which I've never done this in my house, and it's the easiest thing in the world. You know how they have, like, most Italian places do it? It's like the bread, and then you just kind of dip it in olive oil and garlic and whatever else.
Yeah.
We did that at the house. And dude, I was like, I need to do this more often, but I'm going to be 3,000 pounds. It's so good. Those little things, you're like, I can't have this around all the time. I cannot have this. Boys, kind of weird week for sports. We have some good college basketball, don't get me wrong, but we're going to talk about dudes running in their underwear and lifting heavy weights.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Don't know if you guys saw James Pierce is really fast. 4.47. This is a loaded edge rusher class for the NFL Combine. This is a loaded defensive tackle. And Joseph, I know you sent it, but we got some real fast dudes too, don't we? Some speedsters, if you will.
Yeah. Well, that was for a later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, I was kind of looking through, and we got kickers, linebackers, and who else is today?
Place kickers, defensive linemen, and linebackers.
Okay, full defensive linemen.
Their media availability was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And then their measurements and on-field workout will be today, and then they'll do bench press tomorrow.
All right. Anything you guys like really actively watch besides? Is there anything besides the 40 you'd watch?
Depends on the position group. Like for linemen, I'd like to watch the. Don't they do the hand drills?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's something you can really reap knowledge from. Because like watching a 40 is nice, but how often are linemen going to be hitting that top end speed like that and not getting a, like, maybe on a screen, you know?
Yeah.
But more often than not, if they're hitting that top end speed, you're getting an illegal man downfield. So that's probably not the best thing in the world. So for linemen, I'd probably say the hand drills. Linebackers, I like the what is it? The shuttle drill.
Yeah, those boys
side to side motion, like how fast you can move laterally. I think that's a big value for linebackers.
I think that's one of those that they say translates. I mean, the actual high numbers are actual high value players in the long run.
Yeah, how well you can move laterally and fill a gap, you know, or catch a running back out on a screen that maybe you're late to or something like that. Like how fast you can move laterally and then dash. Like I feel like that's something that would, you know, if you're scouting a player, you would value more than just their straight 40-yard dash time.
Mm-hmm.
While the 40-yard dash is fun and it's, you know, entertaining, it's like, okay, you ran like a, I guess it'd be worse if their 40 time was bad.
Yeah.
Because that is top end speed.
For sure.
But like you'd be more worried about a bad time, but less impressed with a good time, if that makes sense. That come out right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But you're more concerned with like lateral drills for linebackers and stuff. So hello, Max.
You got the dogs, baby.
I got the Max boy. Yeah. Oh, Bubba.
Sorry. It's not a real sexy pick for me. 3-cone, specifically for, you know, defensive linemen. What's up, buddy?
What up, bud?
Sorry.
No, bro. We love Max on this show. In the
we are a very dog friendly podcast. Oh my goodness. I got the goodest boy back here just laying down. If you can see that little tiny, he's just chilling.
Oh, a little bit.
Yeah, that's 13 years of difference right there between two dogs.
Yeah, Max is a little spring chicken. He's still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
How old is Max?
3 months, 2 months.
Oh wow.
He's a big boy to be like. He's gonna be a big dog. Probably.
Yeah.
So.
Big dogs.
Sorry.
No.
Go back. Yeah, go back to talk about the other big dogs.
Yeah. So we're talking about big dogs.
Yeah, just the 3-cone drill though is really cool, and I know it's not sexy either, but I love watching verticals, right? Like vertical jumps. I just want to see like, are you explosive? You know, you have to bat down passes now as defensive linemen. Like being able to look over the line of scrimmage and just show your athleticism is a really cool thing too. So
Yeah, the broad jump and the vertical, because also it's fun to see like what big guys. It's like, can this like watching these 300-pound men run fast is awesome too. Don't get me wrong, but
Mhm.
like you see a 300-pound guy with like a 28-inch vertical, you're like, dude, that guy's
Big man got up.
explosive. Big man's got ups.
Yeah.
Do I care about the bench press? No. Well, yes and no. I always like to look at it from a point in my prime. Who could I beat?
Oh,
I to this day. Oh, the one that I took personal was Jadeveon Clowney. I don't remember I think it was like 22, 23. And I was like, I can beat that. And so I went the next day to the Donaldson Hermitage YMCA and I said, here's 26. So take that.
Yeah.
So needed that. I need those dubs. But I think now I could get like 6. It's pretty far away. I'm a lot heavier, definitely not as strong, 50,000 times worse shoulders. So yeah, take it what it is. We're old, boys. We're getting older.
you ain't gotta say it. You ain't gotta point it out.
It's true.
It's true. It might be true, but we ain't gotta talk about it.
I know. It's all right.
she didn't even ask for my ID today at Wooden City. I said, hey, ma'am, you need to see something?
You
Oh, she said, oh no,
Nah.
you're 21. You're good. I said, oh, for sure.
I don't need you to say it.
I said, all right. Who's the manager? Since we just like to be weird.
Yeah.
I know it's true, but you ain't gotta tell me.
I do feel like this might be the type of group that whenever we're like 50, we just hand people our cards. Be like, I just need this.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, which is crazy also to think about age, like watching these guys, like all these NFL combine kids. In your mind, you're just watching like these freak athletes. And you're thinking, this guy's got to be like 30. Like you just kind of think that way. You're like, nope, 21, most of them 22.
Yep.
It's kind of weird. It's like, wow, I'm 10 plus years older than this kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know. It's like, I'm sure you guys do the same thing. You kind of just don't think about them being as young as they are. And they're about to get fat stacks, dude.
Yeah. Is that you? Go ahead.
No, you, please.
I feel like that's one of those things where it's less about, you think it's less about them being as young as they are and you not think, because I feel like for most of us, that like 23 to like 29, you kind of feel the same.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really feel like a whole lot of time passes, minus like big life moments.
Mm-hmm.
But like, you kind of feel the same for the most part. And then the next thing you know it, they're like, oh yeah, these guys are around my age. It's like, that dude's 10 years younger than you. Huh? What do you mean I was 10 when he was born? I don't wanna, like, if you're already in your like 50s, you kind of get it because you're used to it. You're like, these are pro athletes. You're at the age where, yeah, people aren't pro athletes at my age. That's fine. But we're still in that era where it's like, yeah, people are still pro athletes in their like early 30s.
Yeah.
But and I guess the way you view college athletes now, you kind of view them as pro athletes already. You forget it's like, that dude's only 20.
I haven't thought about it in a while, but
paid.
Yeah, I'm with you. I do feel like in my mind, most of the time, like there are a few things, especially being around college students, where I'm like, I'm way older than that person.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like my day-to-day, like dude brain, I do feel like I'm 24, 25-ish.
Yeah.
I can still do that. And then there's a lot of things that humble me that I'm like, I'm not 24, 25.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you at, Miggy? Where do you kind of feel like? Are you feel like in that 24, 25 space?
I feel 30 years old. I mean, when I tell you guys I was walking a campus today and my knee does this thing where it cracks a little bit now. And I'm just like, yo, what is that? Like I feel
Yeah.
every bit of 30 years old. And, I was talking to some students and I was like, a year ago I had really long hair. And they're like, no, you didn't. And I showed them a picture. They're like, wow. And it's like, oh man, like I'm I'm like the old dude in the locker room now that's like on his
Yeah.
last contract.
You're
I'm
the
like,
veteran presence.
I am the veteran presence. I am Kendrick Perkins on 2012.
Oh, did he freeze? No, he
no, he
can't
froze.
freeze now. That was gonna be
OKC.
such a.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go.
gotcha. We
Okay,
got
he's
you.
back.
Oh, you're kind
Okay,
of.
we're back. Yeah,
We're
sorry.
back. You're
Are
good.
we
That was
good?
perfect. You're
Yeah.
great. You're
Yeah,
great.
he's
Yeah.
golden.
I am Kendrick Perkins for OKC with a bunch of rookies. And to answer y'all's question, I do feel every bit of 30 years old. I do.
Yeah. The college campus thing is bad. It's tough.
Yeah. I feel like I feel like that's got to be, and I'll speak because y'all specifically have a better frame of reference than I do, because I'm the young guy at work.
Yeah.
So it's like everybody looks at me and they're like, "Oh, you're just so young." Versus you guys working with college students, it's like, no, they actually are. Some of them are still teenagers, which is wild to think about. 18 and 19 years old. It's like, you're not as young as you think you are.
Yeah. And we all kind of look young.
Yeah.
It's very surprising to a lot of people. I'm like, yeah, I'm 33.
Yeah.
But it's really funny when you see the switch go off in their head. Like a couple weeks ago, I was talking to some of these, I think it was a softball team or somebody. We were just talking, and they're like, "Oh, where you guys live?" They knew I was married, and then they're like, I think they were thinking I was like 27, 26, 27. It's like, "Oh yeah, I live in Chattanooga, and got a kid." And then I was like, something about graduating. I was like, "Yeah, I can't believe it's been whatever 15 years or 13 years." They're like, "How old are you?" I was like, "I'm 33." And they're like, "No way." I was like, yeah. Yep. And it goes off and they it immediately happens. And I'm sure you see this, Miggy. It's like they see your age and they're like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah.
And you automatically become the old man.
Yes.
You're like, it's immediate too. They learn these little facts and they're like, "Yes, sir." Like, oh, dadgummit, dude.
Sir.
Not that old,
No.
but crazy. Yeah.
That makes me specifically for you guys. Do y'all ever find yourself saying things that was said to you when you were their age that you thought, "Oh my God, dude, I'll never say that. I'll never talk like that." And then now you say those things, you're like, "Oh my God, I'm so old." Does that ever happen to you?
I said, when it comes to college, take advantage of these moments and truly apply yourself. I was disgusted. I was just disgusted with I was like, dude, who are you talking to? Did you apply yourself or did you go to Crystal's drunk at 3 a.m. and play Madden for money because your mom wouldn't answer your text? Come on. What are you talking about?
Dog.
So I become the villain in my own story.
Yep.
It's crazy.
Dude, it's so true that the advice thing is what gets me. I give people advice on these college
unsolicited advice.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm that old man. I'm like, I'm here to save your world. And then they'll leave and be like, and I'm like, dude, what am I? Dude, just shut up. I'm talking to myself here. I'm like, just shut up.
Yeah.
You're like, you're an SID, chill out. But some of these kids kind of do look up to you and you're like, and whatever, I'm the fun, whatever guy around. But there's certain things, and it's the advice thing. Maybe you say these quotes and they'll pass by and then they leave and you're like, who am I?
Yeah. You hit him with
grandpa.
hit them with the "you blink and you're 30." It's like, oh God, no!
Oh,
why
yeah.
why did I say that?
Yeah. Oh, so speaking of, me and Hannah have this thing that there's every parent will do this to you. And it's like, you blink and they'll be this big. And I promise you, I've heard that 1,000,000 times in the last 4 months. And it's like, you blink and they'll be driving. And so I think about that all the time. But I say that crap. I'm like, you blink and next thing you know, you'll be married, moving up on Signal. I'm like, dude, you catch yourself. You're like,
What is this?
stop. Oh, life passes by. How did we get here from 44740s?
Just
This is some old guy behavior.
just three granddads sitting around.
Three granddads back in my day.
Oh my God.
We didn't have
Oh,
those helmets.
This does look like a modern age, like Three Grumpy Old Men movie right here.
we wasn't dancing on the TikToks.
We had Vine.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, rest in peace, man.
R.I.P. Man. How long ago was Vine around? When did that
What's
close out?
27. No, dude, no. 2014. Which
While we're on the-
2014, I swear, was only like 5 years ago. It wasn't.
Yeah, and it's crazy. COVID was 5 years ago, guys.
Maybe that's
God.
what it is. That like 2-year gap where it was like, you know, I guess. Oh, hang on.
It's getting active.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it is.
It's
I
there's a
got
war
you.
zone in here, dog.
I got you.
Yeah, it's like that window just gave us like a weird stopgap.
Yeah, for no reason.
Yeah,
For no reason.
that was such a weird boundary time for us.
And I was saying all this to say we were talking about we said RIP to Vine. We lost a fallen soldier this week. NBA Centel
Saw that.
is gone.
R.I.P. Man. What a time too. Like the Centel part was the thank you, Joseph. We love dogs, but audio. But anyways, yeah, Centel. Did you see all the accounts giving him love?
I did. I mean, from Stephen A to the Phoenix Suns. I think he got like a major food chain showing him some
Yeah.
love too. Like, I respect it. I respect the hustle. I do.
He says he's coming back, per reports.
Okay, we'll see.
The world needs him. I think it's a him. I assume.
It's got to be, right?
Yeah, ladies are way too smart for it to be
Yeah.
a lady.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, RIP Gene Hackman too. Yeah, tough day. Replacements coach. Coach is gone. Tough day.
Tough
But
day.
yeah, Centel. Yeah, it'll be back. It'll be back. I believe in that. I do. Man, what a time. What a time we're living in.
We're really grandfathers.
We're
We are
grandfather.
grandpas.
Pause, bro.
Pause.
I get these like days where I do feel older, and then there's days where I feel a little bit younger. And I think what Joseph's point is, and you and I have both worked in different atmospheres where now with recruiting and whatnot, we see younger kids, like college kids, we back.
Sorry,
but then I've also been like Joseph for most of my life, where I've been the younger guy at work.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
And you feel younger then, obviously.
Yeah, dude, it makes me like interacting with people at work. It just makes me feel like I'm still like 25.
Yeah,
and I'm not.
Mm-mm.
And then like I had to carry something down some stairs for work yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. And it had some weight to it. I'll tell you what it was. It was full of like hard disk drives, so it's got some weight to it. and I like set it down when I got to the bottom of the stairs, and I noticed I was like, which I don't know if that's just me old, me just out of shape, but I was like, brother, there was a time where this didn't happen to me. Like,
Hey
and I had
man,
to
I'm
stand there
I'm
for a
gonna be
minute,
honest.
like,
I think that might be back to the pre-show talk that we had. I think that might be a circle back to the old year train.
Yep.
Fitness has been lost.
Listen, I know how long it's been. Okay, I try not to think about how long it's been. No, I'll go
One
back.
Disney trip. One Disney trip.
Bro, that's one visit to see Mickey, dog, and he was like, "You're never going back." Buys a lightsaber, never goes back to the gym. I didn't know that was correlation, but
Now it is.
here we are. I haven't been since April.
Fellas, what is one thing that you would have done 5 years ago that you've absolutely given up now? Like activity, event, like I'll go ahead and start camping.
Go ahead.
I'm not going camping at 30 years old. I'm done.
Bro,
I'm giving it up. I want to sleep on something.
You never, yeah, you didn't go before much, did you?
No, and I camped
Okay.
like a handful of times at 25, and it's a wrap.
Yeah. I will say I enjoy it. I can't say I don't. I enjoy it, but there is something about a comfy bed. It's different now. I don't want to go like back in the day. I'd go for like 4 days with my boys,
Yeah.
hoofing it out, middle of nowhere. Let's do it. But dang, dude, now a day, maybe 2. Joseph, you've been going.
I love camping. Yeah. Somehow I became a winter camper. I don't know how that became a thing. Actually, I know why it's a thing because of my college roommate's schedule. My boy Jay. It's because of his schedule. Like that window, December to like February, is really the only time like we have. So it was like, hey, let's just start going camping in the snow. And I was like, that sounds horrible. And then I went and I was like, this is horrible. And then we finished and I was like, dude, let's do it again. Here we go.
Your own suffering. Let's just do it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something weird about it. Dude, low key for me, is just like, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't want to say casual drinking because it's not really like I would define myself now as someone who only casually drinks. Like I have no desire to get drunk ever again. Never. Like the moment that happened to me once and it took me like 48 hours to recover, I was like, oh, okay. I've hit that wall where like never again. Probably just like even drinking on like non-special occasions.
Yeah.
Outside of like a random beer or like an occasional glass of wine. Like, I don't know. It's just something for me that I don't ever have the desire to overindulge.
Me neither.
Yeah, because it just dude, I swear that's not like I was just thinking about it and I was like, I don't know, man. I just because like yeah, I still like to go camping. I still like to go hiking. Like I have plans to become physically active again. Hadn't happened yet, but
it's coming, buddy. It's coming. You have a stipend for it now.
Yeah.
Whoa, got the shout out here.
Hey, that's my boy Jay.
There he is. Got that big shout out today.
That's who drags me to these remote locations when it's snowing.
And
we go camping.
People, when I say like remote locations, there are pictures that it's just snow-capped mountains all around. Yep. And I'm very, very impressed every time. I'm like, this is tough. Playing pickleball, really any pickup sports, she's kind of out on forever.
Organized sports, just nah.
Yeah,
done.
We had a tough first couple of years together, just trying to. I think I took G to. Oh, thanks, Jeremy. You're the man. I think I took G to quite a few doctor's appointments. You remember those days, Miggy?
I do, like yesterday.
Yeah, we were a taxi service there for a while. Yeah. So gotta take care of more.
He's QB1. I mean, the guy, he has it.
You knew once we picked him up on the team here, it's like Chattanooga had to keep our guy around,
Yeah.
whatever surgeries it took, we had to keep our boy surviving. So I'm going to tell you the exact one. I actually thought about it the other day.
Let's do it.
This was like, I mean, boys, I was like dead set. This was what I could not wait to do.
Okay.
Going to like an EDM rave concert. I mean, every year I'd be like, I can't wait. I'm going to set myself. I'm going to go to Electric Forest. I'm going to do something like that. Now it's one of the most disgusting thoughts that I can possibly have. Like, it's the last place I want to go. I'll watch it on my TV, but I do not want to go. Like, getting in that big crowd, being around a bunch of people, staying up late, gross. Don't want no part of it. All of it. It's exhausting. My hips hurt already just trying to walk around in my mind. That is one of those things that 5 years ago I dreamt about weekly. Like, when can I go to one of these bad boys? They're awesome. They're fun. Big concerts. Now, not so much, boys. Not so much. Stay home.
I get it.
Have you gone to a big concert in a while, Miggy, like a festival?
I'm going to one in June.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Bonnaroo with
Oh,
the I guess he's honorary chatted up member Jamarius Julius. He just called
Yeah.
me. I thought I'm on the pod.
I would like to take a moment to talk about Jamarius Julius's most recent Instagram post.
What motion did he have, right? Like, can we just the aura was just out of this world. I said, yo, like it's a lot going on here.
Yeah. Also, and I was thinking about the picture one. Jamarius Julius posted, I believe, I want to pull it up. I know there was snowboarding,
Yeah.
camping,
Yes.
and let's find
A waterfall.
A waterfall, yes.
Yeah.
Multiple hiking pictures.
Yeah.
There could not have been a wider post that he could have made.
No. Absolutely not. But the thing is, he's a side quest type of guy, and I tell him, I'm like, how do you find yourself in these situations? And he's
Big
just like,
side quest guy.
He's a huge side quest guy.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull him up here. Oh, in NASCAR. He went to a NASCAR race.
See, I'm trying to defend him and I can't because
You can't do
I
it.
mean, it's just
He's got aquarium pictures.
he has a UPS
Snowboarding.
NASCAR
Oh my
jacket.
gosh.
Aura. You've never seen nothing like this before.
I really do. He is one of those friends that impresses me. I don't get to see Jamarius enough, but
Me neither.
every time it impresses me, the side quest this young man goes on. We all have those friends.
Yeah.
We all have those friends, but I know this is on a live podcast and this is in front of people, but I had to call him out on that because that was very interesting to see this young gentleman NASCAR race at the aquarium and
What a weekend.
hiking, waterfalls.
So him.
It's very him. Big side quest guy. So if you have that friend, call that friend today. If you have it, be like, hey, side quest friend. I know you're out there. We appreciate everything you do. Oh, wow. Jeremy Tony, yeah, the daily refresh is over, boys. Don't know if you saw that.
They've shown us plenty of love, man.
I know.
Josh,
Sierra. Good stuff. I'm going to miss that little thing.
Yeah, for sure. Bigger and better is on the way for them, I'm sure.
I think so. Yeah. They're pretty talented folks.
Absolutely, I'd say.
Yeah. Is there anything, I mean, combine wise, like we're on Thursday here. You're probably gonna get a lot more fun on Friday.
Yeah.
When you listen to this. Anybody you guys want to see in particular? I know Abdul Carter's not going to be running, but I've heard rumors that Freak of Nature is going to be running the 4.3s.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to see Abdul Carter run the 40.
Yeah, Carter, if you haven't seen this yet, go look up Shefty's tweet. I don't know what the foot thing is. I can look it up real quick, but he does have a foot problem, and it was kind of one of those two decisions, and it sounds like decision number 2 is going to be made. So stay tuned here. But it was have surgery, out 8 weeks, get healthy, normal situations. Don't do any of the running, don't do any of that stuff. No pro day. Or don't worry about it. And it maybe is fine. And you can run, you can do all that stuff. I think from what it sounds like, they're going with option number 2. He's like, I've probably had this for a while. I'm good. I want to run. I think it's vying for the top spot right now. I think he's going to have to show up a little bit. I was going to ask you guys here in a second, but I think Abdul Carter's, battling for that number 1 spot. And I think it's a little tighter race than we kind of thought. And as a Titans fan, I don't know which way I lean. And with that, I'll ask you boys, with the quarterbacks being kind of, I don't know, suspect compared to usual years, would you work out if you were Cam or Shador? Because they've opted not to.
I don't think you have to. Me personally, I probably would, because I think it's always going to look better that you did as opposed to not. From a quarterback's perspective. So if it was me personally, I probably would. This field that Cam and Shador are up against for quarterbacks, I think they'll be okay if they don't, because it's not exactly a loaded quarterback class.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking that.
Nicely. I mean, like some of the other quarterbacks that are there, Brady Cook from Missouri, Jackson Dart, Quinn Ewers, Dylan Gabriel, Will Howard, Riley Leonard, like Jalen Milroe is going to be a stud in the combine because he's just a freak athlete. But like we've seen what he is as a actual quarterback. So,
wow, our guy from Tennessee, Miggy, up in New England now.
Oh, Joe Milton.
Yeah, the Joe Milton effect will definitely roll with Jalen Milroe.
Yeah, Jalen's just a freak athlete. Like, so somebody's going to see his measurables and be like, wow. And it's like, guys, watch the Oklahoma game. Like, come on. I'm curious to see who falls for that trap, who falls for the Jalen Milroe trap, because somebody's going to.
Mm-hmm. Miggy, would you work out?
Not a chance in hell.
You just do the interviews.
Yeah, I'm doing interviews and I'm leaving. I think that for me, like, if I do work out, like, for example, I think Shador is doing it the perfect way. It's like my brother didn't get an invite to the combine. I'm just going to work out in Colorado to force teams to come see him and to see other people that I want to get drafted. I think you're putting your school on. I think, you're comfortable. You know who you're throwing to. You limit the chance of variables happening within the workout. We talk about workouts all the time. Zach Wilson had, to me, by far the best workout I've ever seen in my life. Anthony Richardson is up there, but Zach Wilson's pro day, I was like, all right, Buddy is about to be the next Aaron Rodgers. And we see what happened. So I don't like that we just put so much stock as media into these workouts because they don't mean anything. I just think you need to look at a full body of work, really watch film, and understand what you're getting. So,
no, I agree with that. I think that's one of those. Williams and McDaniel didn't do it last year, so yeah, and especially if you're gonna do your pro day. The only reason I thought like maybe you should was because, and we don't know for sure. I mean, the Titans might already know exactly what they want to do, but for the most part, you're like, I got 3 dudes. Realistically, it's Cam, Shador, and Abdul Carter.
mm-hmm.
So and I feel like it's a pretty close race because you're gonna feel really dumb if Carter winds up being like GOAT status to edge rusher, and which intangible stuff and freak of nature athlete, it can happen. And when you look at it, so it's like, don't miss out on this guy. What he did with basically one arm in the playoffs was ridiculous. I don't know. So you're going to feel dumb. And then, Cam and Shadur both have like their question marks. But I don't know. I kind of feel like you're right, Miggy. I think it's go do your thing in your parameters. Like you've earned the spot to go do it in your parameters, like with your receivers that in Colorado, whole thing. Have everybody come to you. They're going to do it anyway. It's Colorado. So, yeah, go do your thing. I agree with that.
With how deep next year's quarterback class is, I think if you have the chance to bolster your defensive line with, to me, a top 3 defensive tackle in Jeff Simmons, and now this freak of nature, Abdul Carter, I think you'd be foolish to not do so. That's just me.
The better long run pick.
That's kind of how I feel about it too. Because
you're not going to win right now if you get Shador or Cam. It's just not a good situation.
No, I don't know if like Shadura, I feel better about. Like I think he's way more like. I think he can fit in a lot more places than people give him credit for. Like I don't understand why. Like I don't know if it's the Dion effect, but I think him and Cam both will fit in the way they fit in with any team. But Shador would be probably my guy right now. Kind of gone back and forth. But yeah, with the Carter pick, you just feel like next year is going to be better. So like get this freak of nature and just have an awesome defense. Like kind of do what you did with Vrabel before. Hopefully you get one of these quarterbacks. Maybe you're an Aaron Rodgers stopgap. I don't know. Like, and if you weren't in such a bad division, like this division's terrible and you never know who's gonna be good, who's gonna be bad. Like it's always up and down. Like the Titans have had 3 number 1 seeds since 2000 or something like 2010, something like that, something crazy. But we've also had like 3 number 1 overall picks. So you're doing this. And the same with the Jags. Like you're like, these guys were a couple plays away from going to a Super Bowl, and then now look where you are. Texans, kind of the same way. You've been trash. You were the 1 and 2 pick, and then now you drafted correctly, and you have 2 absolute studs on offense and defense now, and you're kind of a contender. Colts will just be Colton. But you just never know. So it's like if you can get the right defense, I don't know, figure it out, trade up. I'm still like such in a weird spot with this one. But if you're gonna stay there, I think it's Carter. Because you might be right, Miggy. Let's just wait on old Arch.
That's what I'm saying. Or if Nico has a good year, I mean, there's a lot that you can do. I just don't. If you're gonna do it, you need to take what the Houston Texans did, but flip it. You need to get Abdul Carter, and then you need to trade next year's pick to come back up to get Shador.
Huh.
Houston did it with Will Anderson and CJ Stroud. It worked out perfectly. It was a huge risk. But it's worked out so far. So I could see them potentially going that route as well.
Interesting. You better sell that. You're selling a lot of future.
I mean, you're selling Calvin Ridley. You're selling something of value. You might sell Jeff Simmons.
Yeah.
But you're trying to get cornerstones for your franchise. You're getting a new stadium. Let's just be like, yo, like we're here. We're doing it.
How much do you think that plays into the fact, like, hey, we got to win sooner. We got to get butts in seats sooner. Because I think it was really last year was really bad. They went up on price for the season ticket holders. They've gone up on a lot of things. And the team's worse. Nobody has confidence. I don't know, man. Like, I hope they don't pull some trigger too soon, but if you're going to make your move, swing big. That might be a big swing.
Swing. Yeah, you have to, because this is money we're talking about, right? And this is an organization that moved to Nashville. I don't know. It's tied to Nashville. You got to put a good product on display for these fans. You just have to.
Because stadium opens up next year,
Yeah.
26, 27. God. 2 years, I guess. 2 years.
I think it opens in 28.
27, 28.
Because I
28.
think
That's right.
26, 27, they sold the Georgia-Florida game to like home, like Atlanta and Tampa or something like that.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that feels weird.
So I think 28. I think because I think it's in Jacksonville this year. I might be wrong,
So,
but it's something like that. Yeah.
so Jacksonville and Nashville open the same year. Crazy. Dang, dude. I don't know. That's one of those you gotta put butts in seats. Whatever. I mean, that's why Jacksonville's doing what they're doing. That's why Nashville's doing what they're doing. I just don't want it to be too big of a gamble whenever new GM comes into town. He sounds like when you're looking at the guys that aren't already GMs or haven't been GMs, he's the one that everybody's like, he'll be the next really good one. I mean, you work in the Chiefs organization. Maybe it's going to be the McVay effect where it's like coaches. It's like, he worked for McVay. It's like, dude, he pushed mail to McVay. Yeah, it's like, doesn't need to get a coaching job, but that's how I feel with a lot of those guys. But I don't know. I don't know where they go. What are you hoping for this week from the Falcons' perspective, Iggy?
Well, they've already done it. I'm super excited about the Falcons because not one offensive coach is at the combine. Not a one. They gave him the week off. Said enjoy it. Hey, go talk to your wife. Go take the kids down to on a cruise, on a Disney cruise. We're good. We're fine. The Atlanta Falcons in the last decade have spent, if there are 10 picks in the first round, I'm pretty sure 8 have been on offense. This is a defensive only draft. There will not be an offensive player selected by the Atlanta Falcons. I can guarantee.
That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, it's all defense. So I'm excited. I can say confidently that an edge rusher will be picked at 15 by the Atlanta Falcons.
It's the draft to do it. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys moved up. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you guys moved up.
Yeah. I could see it. I could see a trade if you guys do pass on, I could see a trade at 3. Let's say, for example, Abdul Carter slips to 2 and the Cleveland Browns are there. It's like, all right, do you want Kyle Pitts in our pick and next year's pick for Myles Garrett? Or like what do we do? But like we need an edge rusher immediately. Because the pick after the Browns is going to be who? It's not the Giants, is it?
It is the Giants.
They're going quarterback. They don't have any quarterback signed. So Cam or Shador is going at 3. One of them is going to be a Giant.
So I'm looking at so I really like Daniel Jeremiah a lot here lately. Daniel Jeremiah has Travis Hunter going 3.
That is not a good idea.
Save up for next year.
Unless you sign Justin Fields as the New York Giants quarterback.
Ooh.
Then that makes perfect sense to pair Malik Neighbors and Travis Hunter together.
Because if you want to wait, like if you're, let's say, so Daniel Jeremiah, this is his, of course, is Abdul Carter, Cam Ward goes to the Browns. Then Travis Hunter to New York. Will Campbell, offensive tackle from LSU to the New England Patriots.
Great
Mason
pick.
Graham, that bad man from Michigan, going to Jacksonville.
Great pick.
Shadir Sanders going to Las Vegas Raiders.
That to me is all great. That is a nice top end draft class.
And you're telling me number 7, Tyler Warren overall might be the best player, but I mean, tight end, tough. But dude, Jets getting Tyler Warren? Not bad. This is, I mean, God, if you're telling me Jalen Walker, oh, I said Jalen Walker goes all the way to 8. What a year, Joseph. What a year, dog.
He had a stellar 2024.
Yeah.
And he's going to fall to the 8th pick.
I'd like to know how many years he would be considered in like the top 3 of a draft. Like if you were to go back and just put Jalen all the way through, where's he at? Where's he? That'd be crazy to think about. Certain guys, like is Carter number 1, 32 years? Be interesting to think about.
Obviously, it depends on who's drafting, like who gets the first
Yeah.
pick, because need is a big deal. I feel like that's, I don't know, when you're drafting a defensive player first overall, like if you're in roster building mode or if you're just in like, hey, this guy's a generational talent, even though that term's probably overused, but someone we can't pass up because less about need for us and more about we can't let somebody else have him.
Yeah. Yeah. I've always been curious about that.
The Atlanta Falcons took that method in 2021 when we took Kyle Pitts because we just wanted something that nobody else could have. And we passed on Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
So
sorry, buddy.
Oh,
that sucks.
That
really sucks.
Yeah, no, that sucks.
Those hurt, man.
That sucks.
Ugh. Look back on that one. That'll hurt forever. Kyle Pitts. What a guy.
Great in theory.
In theory. It really did. Like you're like, I'm about to get.
He had a fantastic
some version of like Travis Kelce and something else. You didn't know exactly.
Gonzalez.
Yeah. But faster. Like
faster and stronger and
I'm sorry, Meg. Sorry, dog.
It's all right.
It's all right. Great intro to this article by USA Today. If y'all ready to move on here. Goodbye, chain gang. Hello, technology. That's a good intro to an article. So shout out to Mr. Jordan Mendoza from USA Today. So reading on this, all this to say, we're finally getting electronic readings for measurements and first downs.
It took long enough, dude. Like,
what a perfect little jangle. That could, I feel like we just scored.
Sorry, guys.
Is that your alarm to go to bed?
Your alarm to set your alarms.
That's my alarm to set my alarms. And I got
that's right. You remember that.
I'll take that off on Thursdays, guys. I'm sorry.
No, dude, it's great.
No, you're good. You're
Brother,
good.
I cannot mess up this good job, brother.
No, dude. You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
You going to
yeah, I am.
Okay.
Guys, I'm furious with this.
Why?
No, because why now? The amount of losses I have endured because of bad field position? No, hell no. No, don't change it now. I've already been a victim of bad, poor decision making in the utmost degree. Imagine if this was around for the Super Bowl, whenever I know James White did not cross the goal line. It's just little things. Like imagine the amount of replays that could have happened previously. No, dude, and it's insulting. It's because like the XFL has had this technology for 2.5 years.
Well, it's just their test league.
Yeah,
it's
that's
just
the NFL's test league. They did it with the kickoff rule change. They did it with this. Like anything that you see in the XFL or the USFL that you're like, that would look really good. Give it like 2 years. Because that's their test league. They're going to see how does it work in organized football and can we implement it? You know, one thing that makes me curious, though, is you just said that goal line, and I could just be picking apart for the sake of picking apart here. But in the article, it only said line to gain and the chain gang. So it makes me wonder, like, is this gonna be implemented into the pylons? Or I can't think of any reason why it wouldn't. And by no means am I trying to sit here and Da Vinci code you with, well, they didn't say specifically, like, no means am I trying to do that. Like, they're probably, but it's just something I noticed.
Well, with the push and that popular play, and going back and reviewing the spot and constantly doing that, I think this is just going to speed up the process. So I'm all for it. I don't know how you guys feel.
Oh, dude, I love it. I mean, why are we doing this? Why, when we have the technology to chip the ball and not get these calls wrong, why would we not do that?
Yeah, and make it faster.
It makes
that's a good
no
point
sense.
on that too, Mickey. Like with the tush push stuff, and how many teams are doing it. Those playoff games, my lord, dude. Like just the finish of a game, or like going down to the second half, dude. You're like, good lord, this is brutal. And Josh Allen made every one of them so close.
Speak on it, bro.
So it's like, dude, finally, you're basically saving us, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes probably a game, like of them running out there doing the set. Like it's just gonna let you know.
Yeah,
it's but I was looking back, Joseph. I think you're right. I really don't know if this is gonna be goal line stuff. I think this might just be in the field of play. Maybe
well,
I don't know.
also, like, I'm curious how they're gonna do it. Like, is the ball going to be chipped, or is it just
they're
gonna
gonna
be something where, like, because they have to, right? Because it has to know the position of the ball in relation to the line of game.
Yeah, it's just
I can't think of any other way. But wouldn't it be like the most NFL
it's a
thing?
system of cameras. It's just the cameras using AI basically. It's the Hawkeye system.
Is that going to be efficient though?
So, dude, you're like just
extensive testing.
Oh no, guys.
I don't know,
so
man.
it's
Like
just more cameras.
I think so. I'm not seeing anything about chip ball. And I've looked a couple of times.
The
And I was
system
like,
works with cameras inside the stadium that track players, officials, and the ball. After the ball is spotted, the system notifies officials if a first down was achieved. Here's the real question. How many commercial breaks, how many official review commercial breaks is this going to get me out of? Because that's really what I want to know.
Yeah.
They're going to figure out a way to get those in. Don't worry.
Oh, dude, it's going to be like and this Hawkeye review brought to you by, and it's a little, they're going to half screen and whatever.
I will take the half screen over a full out.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, dude.
I agree.
Like, it's still ridiculous. Dude.
But I get
I know this is, yeah. I know.
Hey, you ready? Hey, 3 grumpy old men again. Here we go.
Ad rant, dude. Like,
but
it's just like when.
So you're good.
I'm gonna stop.
Because I'll ask you guys this. I would rather you half screen it, double box it, and I would rather watch like pretty much nothing going on one of those boxes. Like them basically walking up to the next play.
The TV timeout timer.
Yeah.
Would rather watch that
than a full ad again. But yeah, give me an ad on the second side, but I would like to just still watch some football or a team of football play or a group of football players walking to play football. I don't care. I need something else. The full ad. I don't need to hear another pharmaceutical commercial with sunshine and rainbows that, talks about the worst side effects of all time. It's like, you take this drug for sinuses and you'll have explosive diarrhea and nasal bleeding. It's like, no,
left leg's gonna fall off.
Yeah.
Why the left one?
Yeah. You could experience foot rot. I don't need that, dude.
No. Give me Mike Vrabel, like, covering the mouth, talking to the players.
Yep. Stay on the screen.
Yeah, please.
You can still charge just as much. Nobody's gonna care.
I don't know, man. I'm curious to see how this thing works with it. If it's just more cameras, because I mean, why can't we just chip the ball? I mean, yeah, you have to chip every ball. I get that, and that's expensive. NFL makes enough money.
Right?
They're
They make
doing
enough
just
money,
fine.
dude.
Like,
They
it's
make
so
enough
doable.
money.
It's so
Like,
doable.
and
No way to throw off the weight, right?
chip the ball, no, not enough to notice. I mean, not enough to notice.
Thoughts on people have talked about that. Like, where would you put it? The center of the ball? Would that
You
be
got to
accurate?
put it. I think you have to put it in the centermost point of the ball, just for protection. Because like you put it on one of the ends or something.
Could you do something like, I don't know, that actually might throw off the weight, but I was like, could you do some sort of like very thin line in the middle of the football, like basically like a string tracker? I don't know if that would,
Probably.
if you could do that.
You probably do like a mesh netting, like some kind of mesh
Yeah,
netting
something.
system that has
So you
that's
have
just
like
woven
both,
into the fabric of the, like
so you have both tips of the ball, you know?
you the whole ball, like you have the whole ball.
Yeah.
Like
You could do it.
you
We
can,
got smart people in this world.
Yeah, dude, this seems like a minuscule like problem to fix
The people,
when you have as many resources as the NFL does.
exactly. Listen, I'm telling you, you guys have enough money in the NFL. If we can send people to space, those guys would much rather work on getting a first down for the Buffalo Bills. Like there's plenty of smart people in the Buffalo. Like, we'll hire you away from your NASA job. Do you
Yeah.
want to come save football? And they're like, yes, sir. I sure do.
Yeah, dude. I
I
mean, like
promise you.
Microsoft just came up with like a new state of matter for the
What?
Mayanera 1 chip or whatever. Have y'all not seen that?
No.
So Microsoft's developed a new quantum computing chip. Just look up Mayanera 1 or Mayanera 1 or whatever it is. Like if they can do that, we can chip footballs. Come on, man.
Bingo.
We can chip footballs, we can chip chains. We don't have to do guesswork anymore. And this also saves refs, dude, because you don't have to screw up the call.
You'll
You don't have
save
to worry
yourself
about it.
death threats. I promise.
Yeah. No one's going to burn your car in the parking lot.
Boom.
No one's going to smash your windshield.
Nobody.
Like,
Nobody, dog.
Nico Harris.
Unless you're Nico Harris.
Yeah.
He deserves it. He traded away. Sorry, GT, if you're listening, buddy.
My fault.
Yeah.
That was a shame.
We love him. Let's save the NFLPA report cards. I know G wants to talk about it, so we'll save those. Boys, I hope everybody has a good combine weekend.
Thank you.
We have I'm gonna go tell myself that I'm gonna get good at 40-yard dash. I did think about it, Miggy. We might need to start training for the 40 in June.
There's
Corporate
no
challenge.
way. There's no way I'm running that's over 6 again. It was 6 flat. You know,
You were creeping on that line.
if I was not moving somebody out of an apartment the night before, I promise you, I think my legs were a little dead. Not saying it was Jamarius' fault, but it kind of was.
Yeah, I mean 100% Jamarius' fault. Yeah.
So he
was probably out hiking or going to the aquarium or something.
Yeah, no, we actually got into an argument over moving a dresser. It was our first and only argument. Like we got into a real argument.
Wow.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
he
We
cost
said,
you 5'8", dog.
Yeah.
He cost me a 5'8".
What could have been? What could have been? So thanks a lot, Jamarius. Yeah, next week's gonna be big. 100 episodes next Thursday.
Woo!
It's crazy to think about. We got some special guests in store. We're gonna figure it out.
It's exciting.
Very excited. Boys, anything else you got? Any parting gifts? I gotta say this. Great win by your Bulldogs, Joseph. Getting that win over Florida.
Like
you guys finally got a good win.
Them dogs is hell, man. Sometimes. In basketball, sometimes. Not a lot. Baby steps.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I had a buddy of mine hit me up. He said, "Hey, I'm watching like the biggest collapse I've ever seen." I was like, "Baby steps, brother. We are not a good basketball program, but listen, I'm not asking for the moon. Okay? We make the tournament. A win is a win.
Oh yeah, easy.
I know what we are. Infantile stages, dude, of what could be an absolute monster in college basketball. Baby steps.
That's good.
Baby steps.
Nick, you got anything?
Yeah, I want to shout out Kentucky alum, former Kentucky pitcher Ryan Hagenoff. He traveled with me to the career fair this past 48 hours, and
Nice.
the road trip was awesome. And we talked about how he pitched against SEMO, and he pitched like practice with Ben Joyce. The guy that he played with that was the most intimidating / talented was Paul Skeens. He said that he saw some stuff that was just filthy. And shout out to Ryan. He held it down. And shout out to you boys too. So Kentucky was a good time.
It looked like it, man.
Yeah.
It looked like it. I don't want to give it credit, but
Me neither.
I know.
It was sick.
That's why I text you, Dale. I was like, don't let the trap. I heard it.
No,
I heard it's
I
great,
mean,
man.
oh my God. It was off the chain.
Yeah, my family went to move my little cousin in, and they're like, oh no, it's pretty nice up there.
How are they not good at everything?
Culture.
Yeah, like they have like a village of athlete. Like all their stadiums are together, and then Rupp Arena is like its own separate city. Like it's
Really?
yeah, it's like that. It is.
Mm.
So we
That's
got
a good
invited back
setup.
in October, so we can do a little chatted up mobile.
Wait,
Like,
hang on now. Like football season?
oh yeah. Well then,
Kroger
now we
Field?
got the setup. We got the setup now. I think we should just do like a little SEC tour.
I don't hate that at all.
I'm in.
Like I just
Wow.
think it makes sense.
Drag
Be
me
a dream.
kicking, screaming, dude. I don't
Let's
like.
just do a game of the week bi-weekly to be easy on our pockets.
Yeah.
And
We
we'll
need
just
some-
grow over time.
We gotta get some
Dude,
sponsors.
I'm in. I'm sold.
Yeah, say no
what do
more.
I have to do to be there?
This
Well,
is-
I'm convinced. You've convinced me.
This is the
College
Justin dream.
football all around.
Yeah, Kroger Field.
Okay.
It was small but nice, very nice.
Very nice. Very nice little stadium.
Yeah, and they've started to really pick it up there. I
Ain't
see those. I
bad.
see those games.
Ain't bad.
No,
So that's
I
all I
Dude,
got.
you can,
Georgia in basketball, Kentucky in football. Things need to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay,
dude. Listen, we're in similar spots. Okay, you know,
you kind of
baby steps. Baby
Baby
steps.
steps. All right. Speaking of baby steps, I got to get ready for the little one at probably like 4:00. She didn't take her full bottle. So wish we luck tonight, fellas.
Best
Always.
of luck, brother.
Thanks, man. Yeah, like and subscribe everywhere. We love everybody listens. So close to 100 episodes. That's sick.
Woo!
That's so sick. Boys, I love yous. This is great. Good hang,
Love
old
you.
man. Feel like
Love you,
we're 3
boys.
old men tonight, just chatting away.
Dude,
Chatting it up.
the
Chatting it up.
granddads.
We are the grandads forever. Follow the granddads everywhere at Chatted Up Sports. Here's a glass of rosé. Here's an NA and a Joseph Guthrie. We out.